Afternoon, my beauties. Sorry, I thought I just heard something like collapsing. But this afternoon we're going to be taking a quick look at the old doo-dah-doo-dah-dee-dee-dee shotgun. I mean, the new shit added into the game, alright? So let's give it a bash. I don't know why I'm giving me all of these ammo. We'll see if we can add it to some other guns as well. We'll see what you can and can't add it to, okay? Let's just give ourselves 100 of those. Okay. So in this week's Rust update, we have had the silencer added, which is going to be the first of hopefully many mods. We'll have to wait and see. Let me just give myself some clothes so I'm not dying slowly. So let's just shove a hoodie on. Okay, that'll do. It's a bit better. Okay, so yeah, we've had the silencer added in this week. So what happens here, here's the lovely silencer, is if you, well, first off, I don't know if they've patched this or not, I'm just going to assume for now that they haven't. But you have to, it wants to let me drop my stuff, you have to click the item in the hotbar here. You can't click it here. It will still come up the same screen, but it won't actually work. At least that was the case last night. I'll test if that's still the case. So you have to have it in your hotbar, and then you want to click the gun that you want to apply a silencer to and just drag the silencer into this box up the top here. Whoa, Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? And then as you can see, we now have the silencer equipped. It does seem to be quite effective in, let's just go ahead and shoot this sign. So as you can hear, it does indeed make it a hell of a lot quieter. I mean, you're still going to hear it, you know, someone shooting that thing if you're listening carefully, but it does make it a lot less aggressive, kind of. And another thing you'll notice that they've added this week while I've got the bolt equipped is if I just go ahead and fire and I'm still holding down the aim button, which is right mouse, you'll notice that I'm still looking down the sights. So that's a new thing added in this week due to popular demand, no doubt. So now when you take a shot, so let's just say I want to shoot this sign again, I can carry on aiming down the sights to see if the bullet actually hits or not. You don't actually have to let go of the right mouse button to reload. You can actually just carry on holding down right mouse and left click. So that's something you can bear in mind there. So you can kind of just carry on aiming at someone. So you don't actually have to let go of the right mouse to reload, which I don't think anyone else has covered. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see if they fixed this or not. No, it's still broken as hell. So yeah, you do have to have it in your hotbar here for it to work. So if I just go ahead and apply that now, there you go. You can see we've got the silencer on that. And again, pretty quiet. Obviously it doesn't make the actual bullet impact any quieter, so someone's still going to know that you are shooting at them. We'll go ahead and see if you can apply it to the AK. You can, so that's pretty badass. We'll, oh, I like that. That's nice, you know what I'm saying? That's nice. It doesn't appear to affect the accuracy, really. Not that you can see it. Yeah, you can, if you look very closely. Okay. So let's just back up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, kind of, you know, short to medium range, you can get a pretty tight cluster on that still, so it doesn't seem to have affected the accuracy. If anything, it's made it more accurate. So I'm backing up, crouching, pretty tight cluster, and obviously that's compensating slightly for recoil. Okay, so let's see what else you can use it with. I know that you can use it with this. This is actually one of the kits that I've added into my server, and I've called it James Bond, of course, but as you can see, pretty cool stuff. And just as the same as the bolt, you can continue looking down the sights as you are shooting. Let's just see if they've... No, you still can't shoot when you're jumping. That's the next thing that they need to add to this game. It's missing a lot there, you know. So you can jump, you can shoot at the beginning of the jump and at the end of the jump, so just only when your feet are on the floor basically. At the moment it doesn't look like they've going to add any mods to the bow. Let's take a look at a few other weapons and see if there's any slots there for modifications at all. Okay, so I think that's about all of the guns. I didn't put a Thompson in either. Okay, so let's just go ahead and swap out a few guns and we'll see what looks good with the silencer and what doesn't. So they haven't added it to the crossbow yet. I mean, not a silencer, obviously that needs a red dot scope. It's just asking for one basically. It looks like you can add it to all of the guns that should be able to have it in theory. So that is awesome. You can't use it on the Ioka pistol. You can't use it on the crossbow. Obviously you can use it on the bolts. And you can also use it on the AK. So let's just spawn in a few more silencers and we'll see. Okay, so it does stack. We're getting a few graphical glitches here. I'm not quite sure what that's about. It seems to be if I've been in this and then come out. It's stopped doing it now. But yeah, that's a bit worrying. I just assume that's the game rather than my computer, he says, hopefully. But yeah, so stacking wise, I haven't changed the stacks, so default stack. It's default stack, actually, that's a good point. What is the default stack? Yeah, so the default stack is 1000, which is plenty, you know, that's 1000 guns, you don't need any more than that. So that's absolutely fine, no complaints there. I probably won't be changing that, to be honest. I can't imagine anyone's going to be needing more than 1000 of those. So we'll just go ahead and apply a silencer to each of these guns. And we'll see what sounds the best and looks the best. I'm not sure if my game's lagging. I'm getting another graphical glitch there. That's a bit worrying. It's not letting me apply one to... my game's not lagging. It's not letting me apply one to the revolver. So they must have other plans for that. It's letting me apply it to the Thompson but not the revolver. So that's interesting. Seeing as you can add it to the semi-auto, but you can't add it to this old school revolver here. Okay, so let's go ahead and load all of these guns up. You still get this glitch sometimes. Let me just see if you do actually still get it or not. Sometimes when you're running along, I've found the gun will basically glitch in your hand and parts of it will be invisible. It tends to be more if you're flying. So if we just have a quick fly around. No, they seem to have fixed that now actually. It's only really a problem for moderators and etc. But it is a bit annoying because you have to switch out your gun and switch back. But it does look like they've fixed that now, guys. Demo test design. Okay. I guess Pencil's been busy in here. This is one of our donator villages. This is very high up. No one's going to be able to raid this. But it's a good testing site as well for new features. Okay. So we'll go ahead and test it out with explosive rounds, I guess. So yeah, you can see oh no, I did right click. So yeah, carrying on looking through the scope there, and it's still accurate at these kind of ranges. So let's just go over here, so we can still shoot it from here easily, kind of as far away as we can be here. And I didn't see if that hit or not, so we'll go ahead and reload that. Use an explosive because it's more obvious when you hit C, so you've got to compensate still. So that is bullet drop already at this distance away with the silencer on, so that's something that you want to bear in mind. You are going to have to compensate quite a lot. We're already getting bullet drop here, so I'm going to have to aim up a bit. So yeah, see, so you can see you're already having to compensate for bullet drop here with the silencer. If I just go ahead and show you without a silencer, and we'll do a quick comparison of the ranges there. So without a silencer, it might help if I have got explosive in there, haven't I? Let's just go, see, so your gun does still glitch out a bit. I have to swap there. So yeah, as you can see, without a silencer, I don't have to compensate. If anything, it's going underneath, so it's being more powerful than it needs to be, the bullet there. So that's something you want to bear in mind. This is going to, the silencer is going to affect your range quite significantly on the gun. I'll do a fly out and we'll test exactly how much it does indeed affect the range. But it, you know, this kind of range, this is going to be the kind of range you're going to be using this gun at, really. If I just kind of show you the scale, so yeah, as you can see, you know, you're not going to be too much further away than that. I mean, you might be shooting people from back here, in which case you're probably going to be looking at having to aim about here. Not even that. As you can see, the bullet, no way in hell have you got a chance of hitting that sign from here with this gun with the silencer on. So that's a shame. It is accurate, it is realistic though. So as you can see, that's just hit the ground just before the sign. So if you aim about here, you're probably going to have to hit the sign, but you're not going to be able to see if the nah, it's still not reaching. So you're not going to be able to see, obviously, if you're having to compensate this much to hit someone, you can't even see where you're aiming, so the target is going to have moved. So this silencer is for close quarters only, I'd suggest. You don't want to be trying to use it as to long range. So we'll go ahead and test out the semi-auto. The sign's decided to load on me, and if anything, guys, this shoots further than the bolt now. This shoots further than the bolt. I wonder how long it will take them to catch on to that. This definitely shoots further than the bolt. It's having a lot less problem. Yeah, see, you can see it's having a lot less problems reaching that sign than the bolt did. Let me just try going back in case I was further away. I can't even see what that's hitting. Where is that? Yeah, see, that's hitting the sign. Let's just not compensate for bullet drop at all. That's the problem with this silencer. It does make aiming somewhat impossible because it blocks off your entire view. Oops. Yeah, so that hit directly into the sign and I was aiming there. So that's there's no bullet drop at all, whereas there is with the bolt. So obviously that's quite unrealistic and wrong. Hopefully I'll change that. We'll go ahead and test out the SMG, and yeah, that's that's about the same as the bolt. You wouldn't expect these bullets to go that far though, for the SMG anyway, because it's designed as a close quarters gun, which is what I use it for. Best way to use the SMG is, I don't know, let's say that tool cabinet is a person, okay, that one poking out because pencil has cocked up the design of that. So let's say that's a person. I jump around and there we go, they're dead. That's the best way to use that gun, that's what it's designed for. I do believe this nerfs the damage by 10 on the head, but if you're using an SMG, that's not really going to be a problem anyway, because you're going to down the person. They won't hear you coming per se, or not as easily as if you weren't using a silencer. So if you miss, they're going to hear the bullet splash still, the bullet impact, but they're not going to be able to see your muzzle flash, so it's going to be less obvious where you're shooting them from per se. Shotgun wise, it's about the same as before. You know, it's a shotgun, there's not really too much they can do about that. We'll go ahead and switch it out for a slug. And yeah, that's still pinpoint accurate. Let's just go ahead and run over the other side over here. And I don't know, let's see if we can hit that chest. Yeah, a little bit of drop there, but not much at all. So yeah, even that is more powerful than the rifle. We're using explosive rounds. We'll go ahead and load up HV ammo just to check if it's different. I thought they fired the same though, because they're all technically HV ammo. Let's go back and have a look. Maybe the explosive does go shorter. I've never noticed that before, to be honest. Generally I only use explosive rounds. I don't use HV, I just use explosive because they're just a lot better basically. So that's interesting to know. So yeah, scrap what I said. Well, actually don't. What am I using on this at the moment? Yeah, no, actually don't scrap what I said, because I've just been using normal bullets on these two guns. So yeah, you want to be sticking with a pistol rather than using the bolts at this point. The pistol has far less bullet drop than the rifle, interestingly enough. Anyways, we'll go ahead and test the Thompson. At the moment, the Thompson with the silencer on it, someone's shooting. Who's up here? At the moment, the Thompson with the silencer on it has the best scope, as you can see. I mean, the best sight. You can actually kind of see where you're aiming. You're not going to have too many problems scoring hits with that, so that's something you want to bear in mind. This has a hell of a lot better scope on it than the bolt, and the pistol is more effective than the bolt right now, bullet distance wise. Revolver, same old revolver, I don't think they tweaked that. And yeah, that's about it really. That's about all that they've done. They've made it so the stars etc. reflect in the water, I believe, and your breath shows in the cold areas. I don't know if I can show you. There you go, you can see my breath there. There we go, see that little white puff of smoke there, that's my breath. And apparently they've tweaked this slightly. It's still glitchy as hell, you still don't want to be using this camera angle at all. You can kind of aim with it now. Obviously it's a lot easier just using a normal camera angle, like first person rather. Also they've tweaked the sunset slightly. As you can see, it's just a bit nicer. Not that there was anything wrong with it anyway, but you know, happy days. And that's about it, guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look into silencers, and those guns are still glitching, but hopefully they'll have more stuff. I'm sure they will. This is just the first of many mods, and it's going to be happy days from here on out on Rust, hopefully. So I'll see you guys later, and as always, if you want to join my server and hop on with us, this is the name of my server, and yeah, you'll see us on the popular list thing. I think we're like 29th in the world at the moment. So thank you guys, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.